Welcome to Slayerfest 98. I'm Ian Carlos Crawford, and joining me today for this special watch-along episode, she is actor, writer, and meme supreme,
Nicole Maines. Hi.
Hi, Nicole. And they are comic book writer and artist,
Sina Grace. Hi.
Hi, Sina. Thank you both for doing this. We're here to watch Buffy Season 4's Hush for the episode's 25th anniversary. Sina, you have been on before. You are a Buffy gal like me. Nicole, you have not. You have not watched Buffy before, correct?
Never. No, it was just slightly before my time, so I just missed the feminine phenomenon of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
What do you kind of know about it? Oh, yep.
I was going to say,
Sina,
this is the 25th anniversary of Hush. Nicole, how old are you?
I'm 27.
You were 2 years old when this episode came out.
It was slightly before my time. They say that being gay is a choice, and it really just has to do with whether or not the sitter put on Buffy.
Your eyes were too young to even know what was on a TV screen. Anyway.
Look, I mean, one thing about me,
she's baby.
I'm baby.
What is that 30 Rock bit where she's like, I'm a sexy baby? God, and I was 16 when this episode came out, so rude, Nicole. But what did you know about the show before today?
I mean, I knew what it represents and what it stands for and like just the cultural phenomenon that it was. I was familiar with Sarah Michelle Gellar through her legendary appearance as Daphne Blake in the Scooby-Doo movies, which, as we discussed, is also just her doing Buffy on autopilot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I basically have seen the show.
Yeah, you get it. You get it. Sarah Michelle Gellar whipping and being a badass.
Yeah, I know that she... Isn't it like there's one Slayer or something in a generation and like it's her... And she has to balance high school and I guess college now and killing vampires. I know Lily from How I Met Your Mother is a lesbian. Groundbreaking.
This is like, I just love hearing like where, because you're at least a decade younger than us. No, you're just about a decade younger than. So it's just interesting that it's like
at least.
At least.
At most, you're at most a decade younger than us. But it's interesting that it's like Allison Hannigan, because it's like I was in high school when American Pie came out, so it's like to me she was trying to fight off being in band camp I stuck a flute up my pussy girl.
Yeah.
So she was Lily for like 9 years or something. So of course you would like she's Lily to the world. I mean, anyway.
Her and David Boreanaz had like the longest career because like she went like I think How I Met Your Mother started like a year after Buffy, and then David Boreanaz had like Bones, and then whatever the Navy show.
Yeah, then he's on like Wet Seal or whatever. Yeah. I don't think it's called Wet Seal. I know there
was a shop in the mall.
I don't know about you, but this is definitely something I get into a K-hole where I'm just like, I like to look at like, oh, who's had the best career since this show ended? And it's like, and I look up net worths and isn't it like, I think Seth Green is still richer than all of them because he has the robot chicken empire.
You're probably, I thought it was David Boreanaz, but yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Maybe David Boreanaz now because he's just done like 7 seasons of Wet Seal, but like so he has like
on. I don't think it's done.
Every show he's been on has gone into syndication, so he's been on like 4 shows basically, and they're all syndicated. So like
a network show pays better, doesn't it? Like the royalties and stuff. Yeah. Sina, I feel like that's really common with like us Buffy nerds, where it's like that's something you would look to. Like I'd be stoned and be like, let me click through all of their IMDb, see who is like doing what, who's doing like who's been where, and I just like how Can't Hardly Wait has like a zillion Buffy actors in it.
Wait, Nicole, you'll appreciate this. So maybe you'll not appreciate this because I feel like she keeps getting done dirty, but Buffy is basically the only place where you can see Emma Caulfield be amazing. WandaVision and Agatha All Along's Emma Caulfield, but she doesn't really do much on it. I just think it's because Jack Schaefer was a Buffy fan and wanted her on the show, right? She's one of the neighbors, but anyway, this show is like, and she's really good in this episode. All right, I'll shut my whore mouth. But
I was hoping, right? Sina, weren't you waiting? I was like, I hope they do something more with her and Agatha because she has the like chops.
I literally think it was like they liked her and just wanted to give her a gig. But because for us, it's like we know, like she means so much to people who love Buffy that you're like what you're thinking you're like waiting for her,
she
like
was
she's gonna be a
Dottie,
secret
right?
villain or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just there. She's just a good actress with a small part. But she is comedy gold on this show. Like, so she plays, I don't think they talk about it much in this episode. So she was cast as a throwaway character. She was a demon,
A granted wishes.
and then she was a revenge demon, right? Yeah. Sorry, you're
vengeance demon.
She was a vengeance demon, and then she gets turned into a mortal, and has to go to high school. And she hates being human. She doesn't know how to be human, and she ends up falling in love with like the guy who's like the heart of the group. This guy named Xander, and so their relationship is kind of built on like she's sort of like intolerable in terms of like how just casually rude she is to everyone, and he's like the only one who has like the patience to understand and see like her heart. So she's great. She's an ex-demon. That's why she has no social cues whatsoever, and will say rude things, and has an amazing physical gesture in this episode that I'll say less about. And Buffy is trained by a watcher named Giles, but she no longer needs him. And so he in this season is also like so everyone's kind of lost this season. So that's like a little theme. Like he's no longer her trainer, he's no longer a high school librarian. Like, so he doesn't know what to do with his life.
So just so everyone knows, I did send Nicole a little chart of like a season 4 photo with like really brief I think I'm gonna put it up on the screen for the YouTube video.
So I feel like I've watched the show. I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna watch Hush. This is probably right, Sina. It's like every like list of Buffy episodes, it's always number 1 or not like top 5. It's like always on the best of lists. It is my favorite episode of television. Sina, is it one of your favorite episodes too of the show?
Yeah, no, well, and also, because to me, my ranking also comes from like wardrobe. Like Buffy has to have good outfits, and she does have a pretty good outfit in this episode. The gentlemen are one of the best designed monsters. And it's a really good standalone episode, and it also is a really great episode in terms of moving every character's arc forward. Even if you haven't seen anything, it does a really good job communicating all that stuff. I remembered watching this live and like every commercial break calling my best friend and being like, holy shit. And a lot of great Buffy episodes just come from the creator being restless as a storyteller. And so for this one, he gave him the challenge of just like, how do I move an hour of television without dialogue?
Yeah. So, because the thing that Buffy would always get is like, oh, it wouldn't exist well without the dialogue. Like, you need all the snappy dialogue, and so he wanted to do a silent episode. So, yeah, but here
also,
we are.
Who the fuck is trashing dialogue on a television show?
It's because it's like specific.
Oh, if the dialogue wasn't so well written, it wouldn't be so good. Okay.
Are we all ready to hit play? I'll do a countdown.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do a 3, 2, 1, go, and then we'll hit play on go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
So this is what it is. Talking about
because I waited too long.
not the same thing.
So Buffy has 2 different outfits, and I actually do really like this outfit too. It like weirdly looks kind of Flintstone-y when she stands up, but I love it. It's like a Flintstone skirt.
It's about the thoughts and experiences that we don't have a word for.
Oh, you know what I meant to look at? Sina, was this when she was doing hair commercials? I think it might have been, right?
Her hair does look amazing.
Yeah.
I got in a huge fight with this is like an actual like disagreement with my high school best friend about, and this is recently, but he's my best friend since high school.
We got in a Oh, sorry.
yes. Also that, yeah.
I got in a huge fight with him about her hair because I was like, yeah, like she had extensions, and he's like, no, she didn't. He was like, back then, like more natural hair was like acceptable, and I was like, yeah, she was bleaching her hair like every 2 weeks for this show. Like, look at it.
She had 2 hairs left on her head.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fried. There are extensions. And then literally, yeah, like we talked before the show started, I said that I'm friends with Amber Benson.
What class is this?
Don't worry.
What? In class? Sarah! In front of everybody? Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's also important to know
not 2 minutes into the episode.
They had not kissed before this episode.
Oh my gosh. Who is this teacher? Tenured, for sure. She's like, I'm gonna make these kids fuck on my desk.
Lights a cigarette.
She's got a glass of red wine. She just stubs it out and fucking.
Do you hear that?
He's like, honey, there's no blood going to my ears. No. Okay, I think so as a rule, children should not be allowed to sing. It is always a harbinger of doom.
And yes, correct.
I just want to watch you watch it. This is great.
I know.
Oh my god.
Man, that was an exciting class, huh? Oh yeah, wow. In the last 20 minutes, it was a revelation. Just laid out everything we need to know.
Oh, fuck you, faggot.
Just tell me I didn't snort.
I know something you don't too.
So were you dreaming? Yeah. It was kind of intense.
Intense? Really? Because you seem so peaceful.
I do think he's handsome. Do y'all?
I do too, and he's aged pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So this dream.
You know, you guys go. I'm gonna do the thing. So I'll see you after Wicca group. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
What minute are you guys on, just so I can sync up exactly?
I'm on 334.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't really remember.
Oh, Nicole, we are like the exact same.
Well, did I appear at all in this dream?
Oh my god.
There might have been a cameo.
Is that right?
Maybe more like a feature role.
Also, it's crazy that the UC she goes to in her small sleepy town is they shot it mostly at UCLA.
Patrolling?
So
Patrolling.
in early seasons, Nicole, the whole thing is the town is so small, there's one Starbucks, and then in college you go to this huge-ass university that's in their town.
What about you?
Oh, grading papers.
Ah, that'll be fun.
Not petroleum fun, but...
I love when characters point out into the distance.
So
Yeah. I guess I won't see you until...
What the fuck?
What papers?
Papers?
Grading what papers?
See, look at those busted-ass little baby hairs in the back of her head.
You leave her alone.
I'm just saying.
You leave her alone.
No, she's working really hard. She's not eating. She's in a constant fight with her boss. The actress, not the character.
Yeah.
So of course her hair would be damaged. That's all.
Fortune favors the brave.
Best theme song in the world.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sina, the thing I was going to say is I think when her hair is like that, because you do see a little bit of the edges, I think she's not wearing extensions, but I think when it looks like really big, like season 5, I think that's when she has a lot of extensions in.
I still think she has she has tracks. I think she just has if you look at the hair, because it's really, it's kind of dry and blow dried, crispy at the top, and then she has that clean underlayer. I don't know. You know what? We shouldn't be over-examining women's hair like this. Yes, we should. That's fine.
Yeah, actually.
Nicole and I are going to kick you out.
Yeah.
Just, I love looking at her hair. She has great hair. For for a girl of
I don't know.
modest
You don't
means.
seem to think so.
I think it's great. I just think it's tired. I love her hair. Wait, I don't think it's tired. Sorry. People are going to listen to this and hate me. I love her hair. I love her hair. I just think there are extensions
I'm
involved.
like, what do I have to edit out? They're saying.
Is this Giles?
Yes.
This is her watcher, yeah.
Okay.
Handsome British man.
Who?
Yeah, would.
Sina, you probably had this experience too. When you watched it when you were younger, it's like, oh, he's so old. And now it's like, no, he's like hot and just maybe like 43.
Wait, he's only like 43 in this show? I still think he's like 50.
I think he's like 45 in this season. But him and Buffy's mom are both 40 in season 1.
No.
Like, oh, God, kill me.
And that's Spike. He, in this season, has a chip put in his head so he can't attack anyone. He is a very, very evil vampire. But
he was the big bad, right?
In season 2, he was one of the big bads, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's basically neutered right now. He can't hurt a fly.
The secret military group I mentioned put a chip in his... Wait, this scene's really good.
Right.
Wait, this is really good.
This is Emma Caulfield.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that back. What the hell? I forgot.
Beautiful.
See? And you make jokes during my pain. You don't care about me at all.
I care about you.
How much? What do I mean to you?
Crazy question to ask a man.
Mm-hmm.
No, we spend. We'll talk about it later.
Well, I think we should talk about it now.
Thank you for knocking.
Her delivery here is so good.
Don't. This isn't a relationship. You don't need me. Well, you care about me lots of orgasms.
Ah!
Remember we talked about private conversations? How they're less private when they're in front of my friends?
Oh, we're not your friends. Go on.
This is important.
Yes, but why is it here?
Mom said you wanted me to swing by.
Oh yes, well, I meant after sunset. I need you to take...
So I just want to know where, like, how much Giles's place costs in a town like Sunnydale. It's such a cute... What is that, an apartment or condo?
Orgasm friend?
Yes, that's exactly what needs to...
Orgasm friend. Yeah, I think that would be a condo, right? Or an apartment? I don't know. But it's nice.
Having these two shag while I'm tied to a chair 3
That's
feet
not
away.
exactly one of my fantasies either.
So you're blowing off our
Well,
evening because
you
you
better
I don't
okay.
want him to come.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
We come together, daughters of Gaia, sisters to the moon.
Not doing witchcraft in the student center.
I know. I love it.
A wolf at our side,
The student in the background, I don't give a fuck.
the blackest heart of eternity. I think we should have a bake sale.
I don't know.
You guys like a bake sale, right?
Also, that black extra is the beginning, middle, and end of representation
Yeah.
on the show.
Important thing is the Gaia newsletter. We
Brave.
need to get the message of blessing
Till
out
season
to
7 when there's like 2 side characters of color, but just like side
Wow.
characters.
Not Ashanti in a guest role.
Okay, but can we talk about Ashanti and Muppets Wizard of Oz?
That was bad. That was really, really bad. I watched that last year.
You shut the fuck up, because that's my Wicked.
I've never
Is it really?
watched that.
Oh my God.
I'll try again for you. I'll try again. Oh, there's...
Oh my
okay,
God. Queen Latifah as Ani M. Get the fuck out of here.
It was crazy. You have to admit that movie is crazy.
Start to finish. What's
Is
your point?
Is Ashanti Dorothy?
Yes!
I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember that at all.
It's batshit. She can't really act in it.
Shut the fuck up. She's deserved several awards.
So Nicole,
You're
this
like,
this is who we were talking about earlier. This very sweet shy witch that I mentioned interviewing.
Also, what 18-year-old girl is like, hey, I've got an idea. I'm gonna wrap this
What is
around
this
myself.
shrug?
But I like the turquoise and the weird like Flintstones skirt. It's like, it looks like it's ripped, but it's not. I like it. Don't love the sweater though, yeah.
I love that she just waved at an extra. Hey. Yeah, that...
Sorry, it was a bust.
Damn, read
Thought you were
them.
looking to go further in that department.
I'd just like to float something bigger than a pencil someday.
Her name's Willow, right?
Yeah.
I like her skirt.
Snugly after class.
I do like her outfit actually.
See above,
I'm into that belt. I like that it's like bigger.
Her whole outfit slaps. I don't know what the fuck is happening with Buffy.
we almost got.
Well, get with it. I need my vitamin.
She looks like she's about to tell her a story from the old country.
I get nervous. And
They died of dysentery.
Totally. She's like, I worked in turnip field.
It's the shawl. It really is.
What the fuck?
So here's the
What was the
military
reason?
organization that I told you about.
I will say there was some stuff on Supergirl too. There was some stuff that they were like, she's a fashionista, and I said, the fuck she is wearing this? No.
You're like, what? We went to Chico's and got it. I had an ex who was recurring extra. He was one of the initiative guys. He was like one of these guys in the back, like in the lab, for several episodes. But you never see him anyway. I don't think so. His because his friend was she was a gaffer or something, so she kept getting him extra work on the show. Beginning, middle, and end of that story, isn't it great?
Why is he tied up? Wait, why is he got to be tied up? I thought he can't hurt anybody.
He can't, but they don't trust him, to mess up his place or whatever.
Whatever you say.
And because it's, yeah.
Whatever you fucking say.
Because he looks good like that, Nicole. That's why.
Look, you guys, it's your show, man. I'm just a guest here. I'm just calling it like I see it. And I'm just saying there's no heterosexual explanation.
Back in the day, I read a lot of fanfic about the two of them in that exact scene.
I think I'm going to start.
Also, Sina, don't kill me, but I do think Xander is hot in season 4.
I feel why would I kill you?
Okay, they're gonna be like.
Oh yeah, so this is another thing Giles does when he is trying to find himself.
We forgot there is one character of color this whole season, and it's
And this is there's actually there's the guy in the initiative too.
Yeah.
But it is a joke. They just that black people don't really get a fair shake on the show. They either get an episode or they get killed.
Well, she's getting a hot daddy, so I think she's getting exactly what she needs.
Yeah,
good for her.
Yeah, I was
very hot.
She had 4 lines in this episode, and all I wanted was more of her. I was like, when's Olivia coming back?
Because it's like,
okay, check this out. These guys are great. And even this set, this clock tower set is so...
Yes. It's very Once Upon a Time.
But it predates it.
That's my gay show. That's my...
I was like, is that an insult or a compliment? I'm not sure.
I love it. I love a clock tower in the middle of town. What can I say?
Fun fact, that clock tower set is on the same street that Wisteria Lane from Desperate Housewives.
Oh, is that on the Universal lot?
Yeah. And you literally see the houses from Desperate Housewives when they leave the clock tower.
The dangers of vaping. No, we're out of vanilla vacation.
So also, Nicole, the monsters didn't always look this cool on the show. These monsters are really well designed, right, Sina? They're not always so creepy and good.
Yeah, the show kind of, I think, because it was a network show, they didn't push the horror button as much as they probably could have gotten away with. So I think this is as scary as the show gets, which isn't that scary.
Right.
It's like the Sleepy Hollow show on Fox. That show can get scary, which is another 10-year-old show. But
I always meant to watch that, but never got around to it.
It's wow. She raw dogged it. No toothpaste.
Yeah, that's right. Cry, bitch. Sorry.
Cool.
Also, she has a sink there. Why didn't she brush her teeth there?
Their dorm has weird things in it. Yeah, the sink.
Oh. Also, Sarah Michelle Gellar's hairography is so good.
Always so good, yeah.
The way she can turn and get the hair to properly flip.
Yeah.
There have been many a paper written about it. Not true. There's been many an Instagram reel though.
I joked with someone that, like, anytime I'm like, Slayerfest 98 needs some social engagement, let me post about her hair. Always does well.
The fuck is a phone gonna do?
Well, yeah.
There.
Yeah, dumbass. Does everybody also magically forget how to write?
Well,
we do get there, yes.
Okay. Because I'm just saying, look, every high school ensemble member who's been on vocal rest.
what's funny about this is before this is like when text messages cost like 5 cents to send, and not all phones had text message capability. Not all people had cell phones.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm just a little whiteboard.
Has it? Yeah.
He is cute.
He is, right? Yeah. Nicole, he's like one of the most hated significant others, or like crushes, love interests on the show. Mostly because he's boring.
And like he's like when he and Buffy do get together, he gets really whiny about like,
oh my god.
It is such good, like, college lesbian wardrobe.
Yeah, it is. The red belt I love. Like, genuinely. I also feel like a lot of the fashion in this show we've now circled back to it.
Oh, yeah. When I was drawing Superman, The Harvests of Youth, I was like, thinking about like what I wore, like what me and my friends wore in high school. And I was like, oh, it's so dated, so dated. Then I would like look at like Euphoria, and I was like, oh, it's all right back to where it was.
Gone back to it. Yeah, one of my students.
I don't know if Euphoria is a good measure of what the kids today are wearing. I don't know.
That's true.
I want to know what school in America you walk into school wearing that and you don't immediately get dress coded.
I went to school by the beach.
Like, you can barely wear, like, a cap sleeve. They're like, hang on, you're distracting the boys. Meanwhile, Sydney Sweeney is straight out of Oklahoma with her Jugs as featured players.
Listen.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying she'd get dress coded. She'd be sent to the office in a heartbeat.
But see, they did buy those boards that the guy was selling.
Okay.
Yeah. See, you were thinking.
I'm a problem solver.
Okay,
you guys are looking for problems. I'm looking for solutions.
Sina and I are talking about hairography, and you're like thinking of solutions.
I'm trying to figure out how we can get out of this. I'm trying to figure out how to save the day.
I know who I'm taking with me to the apocalypse. Like,
okay.
See, that's a good outfit too for Buffy.
Yeah.
Is that a peasant top? Is that what you would call that?
I think so, but it's also a little sheer, right? Oh my god, that's our actual newscaster for KTLA 5. But does it say KCAL 5? No, KSOL or whatever.
He apparently, especially back then, was like always the news anchor on any show that needed a news anchor that filmed in that area.
That's so funny.
Wait, Sina, is he still the news anchor?
I think he died. No, wait, Mark Christie died? No, Carlos and Weska died. Anyway, it's sad. It was sad. I think it was him. Doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter if it wasn't. I'm just gonna get haters by the end of this episode. Everyone's like, he's heartless. All he talks about is women's bodies and their hair.
Because there will be chaos. You will help keep order. Dress as civilians.
Oh my god, talk to text.
It is important to know, Nicole, that even back then, they on purpose, they wanted the like military set to look like old schooly, like they wanted it to look dated. So that's why it's like extra dated.
Help maintain order. We will find an answer.
Wait, why did you crash your car and leave it? You just can't speak. Did you?
Yeah, right?
Wait. How does you're not being able to speak in any way, shape, or form
Like
your ability to drive a car?
I do like that color on her too.
Yeah. What is that, like Tiffany blue?
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. I gotta pause it for 1 second. My computer's gonna die.
Okay.
Kiss! Work, bitch.
So he doesn't know she's the Slayer.
Does she know that he's...
No, neither of them know.
Yeah, and he goes by the Shredder.
I think we only learned like 2 or 3 episodes. The audience learned like 2 or 3 episodes before this, but they don't know that.
Never go for the sexy TA. It's always a trap.
God, I would love...
I always do, but you shouldn't. Oh my gosh!
I guess.
Wow, way to kiss her when she can't give verbal consent. Creep.
Oh!
I mean,
I'm never happy.
1000%.
I'm never happy when I watch TV.
I mean, she spent the entire episode talking about how she wanted it, so...
I know.
But yes, you're right.
Guys.
Also, this, like...
As they go down the street, you'll see that it's Wisteria Lane.
Also, like, just such, like, well-developed evil characters. Like, who are these, like, weird Silent Hill minions they have? Like, I just... Yeah. They could have their own, like, story arc, but, you know...
They're all the girls from Wisconsin they convinced to kill themselves.
So this is Wisteria Lane?
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, come here. Come here, you.
Such a good bachelor pad.
It is, yeah.
Girl. You know better than this. No.
That is the one, like, jump scare that usually gets me in Buffy.
That was also, yeah, that was, like, the most surprising, right? Because that's, like, the only time they've ever gone for that level of just, like, let's just scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Have you heard the good news?
It really does. With those suits. Pull a fucking Bible out of that bag.
Ooh.
They're pointing around, they're going, ho.
I find it a little creamy. I do like it.
I have seen these men in West Hollywood. I've seen them at brunch.
That would be the type of man in WeHo that hits on me.
Oh my god.
They look like me. That's just me in 2 weeks.
Totally.
I call you, I'm like, Nicole, I got veneers. How do I look? Oh my god, don't fuss with the loading, no.
Who's a good kitty cat? Come here. Oh my god. Who's this guy again?
He's just someone in the dorm.
Just a kid. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just a red shirt,
just
McGillicuddy.
Yeah, I'm doing. And I do think this is like a pretty good moment of horror.
Oh yeah.
Like, this would be fucking awful if you can't say anything.
Or, you know, whatever.
Right?
Oh my god!
Yeah. Like they don't, it's not gory, but it's like pretty brutal.
All right, what minute? Wait, let me ask in a second. What minute are you guys on? Because
I'm
the
at
thing.
26:47.
All right, I'm gonna watch it on Hulu because the thing just keeps like.
You want us to pause?
Yeah, pause and tell me
Okay.
where you land.
Okay.
Please.
Like, oh my god, guys, stop. Wait, seriously? Do you really think they look good? Oh my god, thanks. I wasn't sure. Thanks. Are they too white? No? It's okay. Yeah.
Subtle? Okay, they're still subtle. Great.
Okay. Thanks, babes.
I love this Buffy outfit.
Yes,
I love that
do
pink
too.
on her.
That is hot.
Yeah.
And she does have like more adventurous hairstyles. This whole episode is just blow dried straight, but she crimps it at one point.
I like it blow dried straight though.
I love this woman. She's like, look, I was drawing. So the way this show
Her hair
would
is
not,
amazing too.
yeah. The way some of the show just wouldn't have the same charm just because like we now have like Wikipedia and the internet and like
No one's getting nondescript books with no authors.
yeah, exactly.
This, Nicole and Sina, this is my favorite scene in the entire show. Like this, I love this scene.
Yeah, some of the best memes have come from this scene.
Yeah.
Mm.
And these are Joss Whedon's drawings.
Yeah.
Not to give him more credit, but let's just... This is so dumb. Just love Emma Caulfield.
She's brilliant. Giles!
I love it.
And Anya's like, yep. There we go.
You crazy kids.
I love a classy steak in your handbag.
Yeah, you know. Whomst among us doesn't have that just in our bag? I actually do like Willow's shirt. I feel like it's like a sheer shirt with a tank underneath, but I think it's cute.
Yeah, that's fun. That's very of that era too.
Yeah, yeah. God, yeah, and these really are like coming back because they're wearing baggier pants, and I feel like that's like, see, that's my tattoo.
There we go. And then I love when she does that. Ah!
Yeah,
my thighs.
Fuck you, bitch. Completely uncalled for, completely unnecessary.
Nicole, did you get to keep any of your clothes on Supergirl, or did you get the option to buy any of them? I would keep all of my clothes if I was on the show.
I have a couple of things that I kept, yeah.
Did you keep any of the like the uniform stuff, like superhero uniform shit?
I have my gloves.
Oh, cool, cool.
I want my suit. I think it's shady that I didn't get to keep my suit.
Is it? Do they still have it?
Oh. No
Sometimes
idea.
they like auction off all that stuff, right? Like after shows end sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually a practical battle outfit for her.
It is, right?
Usually she's like in skin tight leather, and it's like, how do you high kick in like leather? You know, or like why would you? sorry, why would you like also like why would you wear an outfit where you're like you're gonna get thrown against like dusty old tombstones and like on the grass? Like why would you wear your nice leather pants? But whatever. I love it.
One Halloween, a friend and I went as Buffy and Angel for Halloween, and you sweat so much in that. I mean, I'm sure you know that, Nicole, but like those outfits, I was like, how are they? Like, I was just like gross and so sweaty.
Yeah, getting out of it at the end of the day was kind of like Darth Vader getting put into his suit, where it's like.
How long did it take for you to suit up? Because I heard that like it took
10 minutes.
Oh, why did it take Brie Larson like 30?
And I could do it. Well, every suit was different. My suit was just one like jumpsuit that I could kind of slip on, zip up, and then there was a vest that I needed to be hooked into by somebody else. But
this is so
gotcha.
Good.
Hi, gay. Sashay into a deal today.
And she runs in that skirt.
Who knew that her first action scene is just sort of a metaphor for her life running from gays.
Seriously.
Poor thing. Run, bitch. There you go.
Yeah, bitch. Throw something.
God, another thing I'll do is I'll just watch like this one fan account posts like raw stunt footage. And I'll watch those like all day. I love watching these fight scenes.
Like I know people rag on them, but I do think, especially for the time, they're like pretty fucking good.
To have 8 days, to have 8 fucking days.
I've done worse.
Do people rag on them on these fight scenes? I mean, I will say like one of my first memories of Buffy was like it was the summer before this season. And I was watching, Buffy fight in a graveyard as she does. And I was like, this is ridiculous. She just gets thrown against things and bounces right back. Like, this is so stupid. And then I kept watching and I was like, this is amazing. So is that what they rag on? That it's like kind of like cartoonish or what?
Well, the fact that you can like tell when it's a stunt double.
Oh, that's not fair. I get it. But that's not fair. Sapphic.
Ooh, fall down on the ground together, Sapphic urinate.
At one point, doesn't Buffy have 3 separate
She said 2
stunt
by
people?
4s. I don't know her.
What you're saying? Does she have 2 different stunt people?
3 at one point. She has like
think so?
She has like a jump stunt double, a fight stunt double, and like a weapon stunt double.
Well, I think Sophia Crawford was the main stunt double until I think seasons 5 or 6. I think.
Is that when they got in the huge fight with Joss Whedon or something?
Yes. It's either 5 or 6. I always forget which season.
And this is the first time that they have seen each other in their element.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna fuck. They're gonna fuck on these corpses.
And I would get it too. Like.
Yeah, Sarah Michelle. Gay yearning. Why does he look like that? Because he drank blood?
Yeah, it's like that's their vampire face. And he can't fight back because of the chip in his head.
Oh my gosh! See, he does care.
Yeah.
Oh my god, blush.
Everyone's like, "Aw."
And then
He would go to great lengths for her. He would kill a man for her.
Her
oh my god, die!
Right.
Ah!
I love it.
This show is crazy.
Nicole, I was really worried that since it was your first watch, you'd be like, y'all, this show fucking sucks.
No, y'all didn't tell me that everyone's screwing.
Yes, that's another aspect.
I feel like you need to open this episode with that video of Leslie Jordan going, well, shit, what y'all doing? Screwing.
Cut to you being like, yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yearning, sapphic yearning. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Ah! Witchcraft.
And that's all they could get away with for like 2 years.
Oh my god!
So, when I watched this when I got my roommate in Brooklyn when I lived there to go through Buffy, he didn't know that Willow does come out, and he was like, "Oh, they should date." Well, this is a show from like the early 2000s. They're not actually going to date. They weren't allowed to do that back then. And I was like,
God forbid.
Sina, do you think they had to have those like, stupid sci-fi guns because like the network probably wouldn't let them have regular guns?
I bet it's also probably like from a practical, like not to bring up Rust, but like having fake guns, do fake gunshots are probably more expensive and more of an insurance liability than just holding a plastic gun. And
that's fair, yeah.
But also,
all
too,
of our
I think
guns
it's like
were Nerf guns. They spray painted black.
The other thing too is because like the whole reason why vampires turn to dust is they did have to kind of cartoon up the violence,
yeah.
So that way younger viewers like weren't being exposed to just like actual murder all the time.
I gotta say, her acting of like annoyed and doing this to try to tell him I like really like that.
That's iconic.
So good.
Oh my god.
Nicole.
I was not ready for the freaking Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
Still can't believe that exterior shot is fully just UCLA.
Maybe we could do a set. Make people talk again. I'd seen you in the group.
The number of like overlong skirts these two women had to wear.
Oh my god.
Different than men. They didn't seem to know what they were talking about.
Is she repping Wicked? What is that? Is that a Shiz University shirt?
I think if they saw Wick, they would swim it away.
How long have you been practicing?
Always.
Also, Nicole, I dare you to try and part your hair like in a zigzag.
I'd really rather not.
That's gotta be hard to do, right?
I think if you have another person doing it, it's probably very easy, but I think doing it on yourself, I don't know. I ran out of hair a while ago.
Besides, spells going awry, friends in danger. I'm definitely nothing special.
No, you are.
So would you say this was...
What is he doing? Is he just like rubbing his knuckles on her hair?
All the time you used to talk to me about witchcraft.
So weird.
I just thought you were being pretentious.
Oh, it was. I was also right.
So everything you told me was true?
Well, no, I wasn't actually one of the original members of Pink Floyd, but by the monster stuff, yes.
Ian, have you found that actress, Olivia? Have you been able to reach out to her?
I
Yeah.
reached out to her, yeah, but yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Is she actually British?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she like lives in the UK.
That's so cool.
What is this poster that just says chocolate?
They're all season.
What the fuck?
So Riley's dorm room is kind of the same setup, and he just has a balls poster that's like basketballs, soccer balls, and it says like balls on it.
Okay.
Also, look how tiny she is in comparison to him. He's sitting and he's still almost as tall as her.
Yeah.
I guess we have to talk.
Ugh, the dream.
Honestly.
I guess we do.
I'm so excited. Your form was sloppy.
So the parting shot of that episode, I once made out with a friend at the bar. And
that's the end of the episode?
It literally the next episode picks up right there, but when it aired, you had to wait a month. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I made out with a friend at the bar, and like,
good for you.
The day after, I was like, "Hey, we should get a coffee and like talk about what happened." And I just sent him a still of that, of them just like sitting there.
That's iconic.
And we still
that's
never have
iconic,
talked
and I'm
about
stealing it.
That is good. Nicole, what'd you think? Give us your hot takes.
I kind of go hard for Buffy now. Holy shit, that was amazing!
Yes.
Like I knew Buffy was amazing, and just because, of course, I know the way that people talk about it, and like I remember like being in college and like in my WGS classes, like reading about Buffy and what it did for women in television, and even with what limited there was, the fact that there was a sapphic hand-holding moment in 2000, what did you say, 2003?
1999.
1999! Yeah. Okay, see? Boom. So, sorry, I'm baby. But...
No. Well...
So I knew that it was important, and I knew that it was groundbreaking, and I knew that it was good, but I'm like... And that holds the fuck up.
Right, it does.
Like, it's brilliant. That's better than most of the shit that comes out today.
I think Sina and I would agree with that for the most part for Buffy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I forgot how much the humor and the acting still holds up in this episode. Because Nicole, if you go back and start from the very beginning, like for them to find their rhythm of like witty dialogue is like sometimes a little cringe, and sometimes like they try too hard to create their own like vernacular for teenage speak. And this is the perfect amount of zippy.
Yeah.
Well, also the 20 minutes of no dialogue.
Right.
Fantastic. Legendary.
But yeah, I always say this episode kind of could stand on its own. Like, right, Nicole? Like, you were able to get into it Like, I gave you a real small
I was into it immediately when the teacher's telling him to fuck on the desk at 9 a.m. in Psych 105. I was like, oh, we're doing that kind of program. Okay.
Yeah. Nicole, do you think you'll watch it?
Absolutely.
But
this is also my thing too. I always come to like phenomenons late. And I'm always the last person to watch something because I like to be able to binge it all and I like to be able to watch it all.
That's fair. That's happened to me with shows where it's like, oh no, I like this, but I'm going to wait till I can watch the whole thing. And then I fucking forget about it completely. But yeah. I've been watching the show From. I don't know if either of you have heard of it.
I've heard it's good.
It's really good. It's like a really
I don't know why
good
I said it
show.
Disgusted.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be like, it's awful. The thing that I hate is waiting for the next episode. I'm like, oh, come on. I just want to watch the rest. Especially if there's like a mystery. But Nicole, I'm so happy that you liked it. What was your favorite? Which was your favorite part?
What was my favorite part? I really liked The Gentleman.
Yeah.
I really liked the horror. Are you
a horror girly too?
I am a horror girly. Yeah, and that was...
I mean, like, I know you're in Yellow Jackets, but I've had, like, talk to people who do horror that are like, oh no, I
love it, yeah.
Like, Julie Benz was on, and she told me that she actually threw up filming a scene in Saw because it was so gross to her.
Saw, I probably would. Saw, I probably wouldn't do. They're like my horror is very like I'm a slasher kind of person. I like slashers. I'm getting more into ghost stuff because that scared me for the longest time. I was like scarred as a kid. As a kid, I remember flipping through TV, not even seeing The Ring. I saw Scary Movie 3, and that was enough.
TV's leaking.
Just the Samara in that was enough to like. And I was terrified, and I had like a phobia of Samara for years.
That's so until
cute.
Years later. Like it wasn't even the actual movie that scared me.
Did you watch it though? You finally seen The Ring?
Oh yes. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I could take her.
Yeah. Now you're like Brenda, and you're like, come on.
Yeah. Oh, I'm kicking her ass, Cindy. Cindy, this bitch is messing up my floors.
My older Puerto Rican mother used always say that about Chucky. She'd be like, "Oh, give me a break! That doll, I'd slap the shit out of it, and it wouldn't get anywhere."
I can't watch Chucky. That's I'm traumatized because as a kid, there he is.
Oh,
as a kid, I was convinced he was in my in one of my like toy chests, and I would have nightmares about him. So I still won't watch it. I should watch it because I bet it's probably goofy.
It's good.
Yeah,
really.
Seed of Chucky is.
Well, then they get camp,
it's okay,
right?
Honey, Mommy just had a little slip.
Wait, that's a really good Jennifer Tilly.
I love her so much.
Yeah, no, Sina, it gets like it's more straightforward, serious horror. The first, Nicole, like 2-3 movies, and then
it very quickly, is like, okay, we kind of do have to be goofy.
Yeah, and the show like embraces all of it. Like the shows. Yeah. They don't retcon anything. They go with all the ridiculous shit they had done in the movies. And I appreciate that. They're like, yeah, we did a ridiculous shit. We're just going to keep going with it. Yeah. He doesn't spell. Sure, there's twins. Why not? Like, they kind of just lean into it. And Jennifer Tilly's having a great time in all of it.
Yeah. So she's on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills right now, and I did not realize...
It's so iconic.
She was married to one of the creators of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So, like, the reason why she has such a very, like... I thought it was she couldn't get a lot of work, but she's just super picky because she's a fucking mega millionaire.
She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah. It's crazy. I had... Like, what a life.
Right.
Like, what a life.
I love her in that one Family Guy episode where they're like... So are you going to... She's like, no, I'll be around. I need these voiceover checks to support my gambling addiction.
Yeah.
She's such a fucking legend.
A like big poker player, right? Like, isn't she like...
like pro.
Yeah.
I'll like, because I'll follow her on social media, and sometimes I'll just see pictures of it's like, yeah, a poker table is Jennifer Tilly with big sunglasses.
I love it. That really is the life. That really is.
She's so fucking iconic.
Nicole, did you have? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, no. This is not. You know what? This is not a podcast about Jennifer Tilly. This is about Buffy.
Listen,
and I loved it. God damn it!
Did you have a favorite outfit? That's always what I ask. Like, do you have a favorite outfit?
I liked Willow's outfit with that cute little sweater moment with the patchwork long skirt. I thought a lot of the long skirts were kind of cringe and matronly, but that one was like really cute.
I don't love the bottom of it with the patches, but I do like.
I love the patches.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought those were so cute.
Did you ever have to wear something like that on Super? I feel like doing like an action-y run is like hard in something like that, right?
Not really. I didn't wear a lot of super impractical stuff, and usually too, when there's a scene that you're doing action in, you know ahead of time, and so they're picking the outfit with that in mind.
So
that you're gonna need to be kicking and squatting and jumping.
I mean, Tara ran across campus in that skirt.
My problem though is I think because they wanted Nia to be like fashionista and like cool and like I think they tried to do like I can't even say if it was really like trend-setting moments or like if they wanted like I don't know what there were some of the things that I would go into the wardrobe fittings and I'd be like I wouldn't want my worst enemy buried in this. Like I need you to look me dead in the eye and tell me that you think Nia fashion icon Nall went into a store and bought this for herself. That anybody would buy that for themselves. There were some things that I was just like, guys, let's be so fucking for real.
Like, do you hate me? Is that why you're putting me in this?
Seriously. Well, and to a certain degree too, I'm like, are you guys trying to make me look more masculine? It's like
they're like shoulder pads.
Seriously. I remember when we were first doing suit fittings because Melissa had like a muscle suit on under her suit and they were like, Nicole, do you want a muscle suit? And I was like, let me tell you the last thing I fucking need. No, we don't need anything else on these shoulders. Smaller, shave it away.
I did not know she had a muscle suit under that. It had to have been small because it didn't make her look like huge, right?
No, it wasn't anything crazy.
Just like a light tone.
Yeah.
I have a couple of Buffy relics. So when I was an intern at a comic company, there was a comic artist who was drawing the Tomb Raider comic, Andy Park, who is now like the lead character designer for Marvel, which is crazy. But anyway, he was a big Buffy fan. So like when I was a kid, I asked him to draw me Buffy. So this is Andy Park, Marvel
really
artist extraordinaire. I know, like right? And he was stressing about it because she's hard to draw. She's like
very
normal, but
yeah,
she has like a weird triangle nose that if you spend too much time trying to get it right, she ends up looking crazy. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I've seen fan art where it's like clearly that happened and the nose just looks like weird. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know, Nicole, if you had it on through the credits, but at the very end of the credits is like the company logo, Mutant Enemy. And one Comic-Con, like Joss came by and I was like, it's my birthday. Will you draw the Mutant Enemy monster? Even though we hate him.
All right, cool.
Anyway.
I'm surprised you did it, honestly.
I was a very tenacious fan. And I worked at the comic store he would shop at. Yeah. So he did end up remembering me because one time I got to ask him a question at a panel, and it was when they were floating the idea of continuing the show without Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Okay.
And I was an idiot, but on the panel I was like, how can you imagine Buffy without Sarah Michelle Gellar? Like in Hall H asking
that's the right question to ask.
To be fair, she quit. The thing was, Nicole, she didn't re-sign her contract after 7 and they were all contracted for 8 seasons. And so
I didn't even know this.
Yeah, there was like a big deal where like Allison Hannigan like found out because Sarah Michelle Gellar did Entertainment Weekly where it was like Buffy quits. And they had been all contracted for 8 seasons. So
you know what? Good for her.
Yes. You know what? We support. Yeah. Anyway,
Look,
sorry.
at a certain point, I mean, that was the same thing with Supergirl. It was like, no, people don't want to do it anymore. You've been doing it for 6 years, and it's like, no, I'm gonna go keep living my life.
And I think that's a good.
You can't really and also, I think it's very rare that there's a show that needs to go longer.
Yeah.
Than frankly 5 seasons. 7 is crazy.
Mad Men did good.
Yeah, I think there are exceptions to the rules always. But I think typically by that point, it's like you've told the story you set up to tell.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of shows would benefit from knowing when they've told their story and knowing when to okay, the end.
That's fair. Yeah.
Not everything needs to be Grey's Anatomy.
I think I interrupted you, Sina. What?
I don't even remember what I was saying. What were we just talking about? Supergirl?
You were asking Josh Whedon a question at a panel.
And then he came to the comic store, and I was like, you probably don't remember me. And he repeated the question. He's like, how could you imagine Buffy without Sarah Michelle Gellar? He's like, I remember you. And I was like, cool.
Oh my God. Red.
You're like, well.
Yeah.
But also, you were correct.
I was like, I said what I said. Buffy's the reason I even got into Alan Moore. Because I overheard someone at the comic store saying, oh, all the writers of Buffy read Promethea, and that's how they sold Promethea to a different customer. So I was like, I'm going to pick up Promethea. And then I wrote a letter to the editor of Promethea being like, it's my first Alan Moore comic, like, blah, 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 I really like it. And the editor was like, oh, I sent Alan your letter and he wants you to read more of his stuff. And like within 2 days, I got a box of books by Alan Moore. So lifetime fan, and also Alan Moore's one of the best writers in the universe. So whatever, it was great. But thank you, Buffy, for that.
That's really fucking cool. That's really fucking cool.
I was 14. Like how? Like that's such a nice. That's
yeah.
I always want to put that out in the world. Like that happened to me. I want that to happen to other people. Like, I think kindness and earnestness should be rewarded. Being a fan of something when it's like that is so great. Obviously, like I know Nicole has experienced like the toxic side of that stuff.
I'm sure,
fandom can get crazy, but I think, just being excited about something, I think you should always get rewarded for that, and I think it's because look, lifelong fan now. But anyway, those are some of my 25-year-old Buffy stories I have for you.
I do love that. My like first, I feel like the first time I ever like experienced any like, because I grew up in the suburbs of New Jersey, I wasn't like experiencing any running into anyone famous. The Philly Comic Con had like, it was Eliza Dushku, Amber Benson, and Claire Kramer, and Seth Green. And Seth Green's line was insane, and he waited for everyone. Eliza Dushku's line was so long because it was like Buffy had either just ended or was like still on. Her line was like they had closed it off within 10 minutes of it opening because it like wrapped around the like
whole con.
So I didn't get to meet her, but I met Amber and Claire and Seth, and they were all like super kind to me. And that was like, especially when you're younger and you're a fan, and it's like, oh wow, these people, like Claire Kramer's table, because it was like back in the day, her con table, you couldn't take credit cards, right? So I only had enough cash for one autograph and one picture, but my friend wanted one too, and like I owed her, I forget what it was, but Claire was like, you're fine. You just pay for one. I just saw you. She was like, you're fine. You're being really sweet. Like, you're being normal. Just, it's fine. Don't tell anyone. And I was like, it was nice to be able to like tell her that
and now
story.
Here you are telling people.
Yeah. And like when she came on the podcast
nice to
the
be
first
nice.
time, I told her that. And she was like, I was really worried you were going to end that story with, and you were a big bitch. She was like, I'm glad it was that I was nice.
Oh my God. I don't know. I don't ever tell people, oh yeah, and then you were a complete asshole. Because where do you go with that story? Where does that person go after hearing that? Like, cool, glad I was an asshole. Like
I feel
maybe
like
they're looking
like,
for an explanation.
You're just giving them the opportunity to double down.
Yeah.
Unless
you're like friends and you're like maybe at a bar or something, and it's like, oh, remember that time? Like that's like okay, but yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. It's so much easier. I mean, this is something that I've realized during Comic-Cons too, is like, it is truly so difficult also, I feel like, to leave a bad taste in people's mouth. when they're coming up to you and they're already a fan of something that you do and they're already a fan of you and your work, I feel like you really do kind of have to go out of your way
to be an asshole.
Be an asshole and to make somebody feel bad.
That's fair. Yeah. I asked Amber that recently. I was like, do you get tired of like people always just like saying, oh, this was like so important to me, oh, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I don't. Like, it's nice. Because like that's always, I mean, I feel like back in the day, especially like Star Trek, like the original cast, like they all hated William Shatner and like he hated talking about Star, but then like they came back around and then he started doing cons and like, I don't know. I feel like nerd culture has like changed a lot since I was younger. But yeah,
I think also,
I think people like maybe get tired of it, but then there's people like you, Nicole, or like Amber that are like, no, this is nice. Like people are excited.
It's fun when you do a fun thing and people enjoy it and they take something from that and actually makes their life better, because I think that's true of television, that's true of film, that's true of comic books. I think any creative medium, the goal is to create something that creates a positive experience for somebody's life, and on the off chance that it changes the course of somebody's life is insane.
I mean, I've done things
which is
where
why
I've been
I always make sure to call fans faggots to their face.
That part.
Yes.
So they know that I know.
Sina, what were you to say?
I was going to say, I've done things that have been met with apathy. So I know, when you do something that's met with love, like when someone actually likes something, it's like, oh, you gotta hold on to that. You gotta like honor that. And cause you know what? Like it's not just love or hate. There's apathy. And if people just, that sucks. So when people like something and you've affected someone, it's like, why wouldn't you be super grateful? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and it's also like, we all get our lifestyles paid for because people like the things we do. So it's like, why not be nice,
Just doing this podcast and like, it's not, our podcast isn't that big, but like just doing this, like the few times I've had people like recognize me or like come up to me to say they liked it, it's like, I'm like fucking thrilled. And I'm like,
holy shit. You learned something that I did? Oh my God. I'm an idiot.
You're in the Evan Ross Katz book. You're huge.
I am in the same paragraph as Cynthia Erivo and Sarah Michelle Gellar, and that will probably be like the top point of my life.
That's iconic.
Yeah.
In both of you saying that real quick, when my mom had passed, I actually got the nicest message on Slayerfest from someone, sometimes you recognize people that like engage with your shit that maybe you're not mutuals with, but you recognize. I did not recognize the name at all. She sent me the nicest fucking DM that was like, I know your mom got you into Buffy. You always speak so kindly of her. The relationship you both had, like really, like when I found out I was having a boy, she was pregnant. She was like, it made me less nervous to have a boy because I always feel like I wanted a daughter and like blah, blah, blah. And it was just like the nicest fucking message that made me weep, but it was in a nice way, And like hearing a stranger say that was just, it was wild. Like I ended up putting that in the fucking eulogy I wrote for my mom's funeral. Cause it was like, like someone who didn't even know me, like said this about my relationship with my mother and like shit like that's nice. Right.
Yeah.
Not to be a
I was
downer.
really hoping you were going to be like,
nice. Yeah.
No, I was just like thinking you were like, and that was also Cynthia Erivo. I thought you were going to go.
And it was Sarah Michelle Gellar.
And it was Sarah Michelle herself.
Thank you, both of you, for doing this. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to hang out again soon. Sina, tell everyone where they can find you and your things.
I am blessed that this is my actual name, at Sina Grace on most everything. So at Sina Grace. SINAGRACE.
Yeah, I'm at Nicole A. Maines on Instagram and Blue Sky. I'd say TikTok, but I guess we're not going to have that for much longer.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
On Blue Sky and Instagram, Nicole A. Maines.
And if you like Slayerfest 98, make sure you subscribe to us. You can find us on all podcasting platforms, and you can watch our videos on YouTube, which is probably where you're watching this. And we can find us on all social at SlayerFestX98. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.